morning, Europe and Africa. Good evening, America, Asia, and Australia. I am very glad to welcome you at the Unicorn Cup Finals. We are broadcasting live all over the world, and many more people will be joining us as our event will be going on for the whole day. My name is Anna Fedorova, and I'm CEO of the Unicorn.Events and Chief Partnership Officer of the Startup Network, who is the organizer of this extraordinary world largest startup pitch contest by geography and the number of the events held already. Finally, we have all gathered together after going over a huge number of startups applications from 5 continents. Unicorn.Events had become extremely popular all over the world because we do great business events that attract VCs and startup industry participants from almost every country in the world. And we are lucky to have the best international team that does such a great job by doing Unicorn.Events. Today, you will see the best of the best pitch live at this amazing event. And we are grateful to our sponsors who made it all possible. Network VC California Seed Fund, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, and Sci-Fi. Thank you guys so much. And the winners of the preliminary unicorn battles that got the highest scores from our famous expert board have the honor to represent their regions. Meet our contestants from Asia, Oceania, Middle East, North America, Western Europe, Asia, South America, Eastern Europe, Southeast Asia, and Silicon Valley. Besides startups pitching live, you will see international startups in Expo. Please visit our event page to know more. Unicorn.Events really help startups all over the world to succeed and become leaders in their industry. And I hope that next season will bring us many more exciting news. In a little more than a month, we are starting next season of Unicorn.Events. And if you would like to be our partner and do business with us, please reach out to me and we will explore synergies. Please meet our partners who were supporting us all the way through our winter season. Thank you for being such good friends. And now, meet our great expert board, our judges. And I'm so glad to see you all here for the first batch of the startups pitching. Other judges will be joining us as the sun goes up in the countries they are right now. Thank you so much for being with us through this exciting season and helping us to select the best out of the extraordinary ones. We greatly value your expertise. And now, before we start a startup pitch competition, we have a special guest. A man whose proficiency in venture industry is supported by the years of success. A man who says little, but each word has great value. And we are very glad to have him as a speaker today at the World Finals. Please meet General Partner of a truly global company, Almaz Capital, Mr. Pavel Bogdanov. Hello, Pavel.
Hello, Anna, everybody.
I'm so glad to meet you. And I would like to ask you a couple questions, if you allow me.
Sure.
Let me start by asking, do you have like any industry preferences? What industry have you invested in lately and why is that?
Industry-wise, we don't really have that much preference. It's easier to say what we don't invest in.
Mm-hmm.
And we generally try to stay away from hardware.
Mm-hmm.
And people in the business know that investing in hardware is dramatically harder than in software. You have additional layer of costs that have to do with manufacturing things, with storing them, paying suppliers. It's a different business model. There is a lot of complexity involved when you do it internationally. And since we usually support teams that develop stuff in Central Eastern Europe and sell globally, importing restrictions play even a larger role for us than for startups, say, in the US. So we don't do hardware. In software, we look basically for everything that can turn into a large business. and that changes every year as the world progresses. We have followed many trends in the past. That we did some gaming investments as the gaming transitioned from PC to mobile, from downloadable games to online games. We have done a bunch of IoT investments. We have now in the portfolio edge software investments. We have done virtual software-defined networking investments. So we follow the development of IT. We will see how enterprise IT changes, what are the new niches, and we try to invest in niches that we think can grow.
Thank you. And I know that you have unicorns in your portfolio too, if I'm not mistaken, right? And am I right?
So I think 2 are public unicorns that they have publicly been valued at over $1 billion. There's a couple more that have been valued at above $1 billion, but are not public yet. So I don't want to speak much about that because those transactions have not been disclosed.
Yes, but I hope you will find many more unicorns at Unicorn.Events. That's why they are for. But I'm interested, how did you recognize those companies like that are unicorns right now? What's your secret?
I want to say that we have very good taste and invest in unicorns. Unfortunately, that will be not true. We just recently looked at the companies that we have analyzed and seen before, and we missed a lot of unicorns. We missed more unicorns than we invested in.
That was my other questions. What's your story? Did you what companies did you miss and did not invest and they became unicorns? Yes, but
I can speak about that.
Yeah, so, please do.
Generally, Almaz, what we do, we as I said, look at technologies developed in Central Eastern Europe that are globally applicable. And over the last 10, 12 years, there were like 20 unicorns that we have identified with the roots in the region. And there's a big list. I don't want to go through all the 20 unicorns, but some of the names that you have heard, maybe UiPath, Hyperdrive, TransferWise, a bunch of companies. It turns out that we have seen and we have known like 18 out of those 20 companies as they were small. And we thought, so we knew about their existence. And we have had the chance and talked to like 10 of those. As I said, we invested in several, like we have now 4 unicorns in the portfolio, but we missed like 5 or 6. And we talked to them quite closely. Some of the founders pitched to us a few times. We had them at the investment committee. And basically, we were too conservative, probably. Some of these companies at the moment, when we declined to invest, were playing in a market that at that point was very small. It grew like 10x in a few years, but at that point was very small. And we thought, okay, it's a niche market. There are alternatives. It will not grow. In other cases, there were large, strong, well-funded competitors at that time. So we looked at the company and said, yes, good, strong team, strong base of advisors. But we didn't really understand the competitive differentiation. So there were a bunch of reasons that sounded smart at that time and turned out to be stupid in hindsight. So I think that what we have internally decided to do, basically, we should do more deals and be more aggressive. We have historically been doing 3-4 deals a year. Now we think that since we see a lot of unicorns and we're just too conservative, we should be investing more, and we'll try to do 6-8 deals a year, maybe do smaller deals, So our typical check used to be 5 million. So we'll probably do more like smaller deals, 2, 3, not necessarily lead, but do more deals to make sure that the fact that we see a lot of unicorns when they're young, we can transfer that into actually more investments in unicorns.
Well, thank you, and I hope our network VC venture fund will have sometimes opportunity to invest together with you, because we would love to do that. And also, I would like to ask, do companies that are called unicorns and that had grown to be unicorns, from your point of view, do they have something in common?
Oh, we have very different stories of companies that became successful, became unicorns. Some of them were like always a rocket ship, growing nicely from day one. Some of them when we invested very early, have been looking for the proper business model for a couple of years and had basically close to zero revenue for like, I think, 3 years in one case before they have found the product market fit and took off. In other case, we had a company that has grown to a significant revenue, tens of millions of dollars a year, then stalled, and then reinvented itself and started growing again. So I don't think there's a single similarity except the team, the quality of team, the dedication of making the business work. In that regard, I think all unicorns are very similar. They have a lot of people. Their leadership is very excited about what they do and can motivate the team to work hard and to achieve big goals. That's, I think, the only similarity I can see.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's very important when you have somebody that energize all this process, right? Because startups, it's about the spark that's into them. That's what makes them different from my point of view, from the businesses. But I had our friends, Unicorn Nest, their supply was us with the statistics regarding unicorns. And I learned from them that there are currently 771 unicorn on our planet. And in 2020, we had reached a historical record in the number of mega deals, 88. And from your point of view, for a company, is it possible for a startup to become a unicorn without mega deals, or is it the only way it works?
No, I think it's possible also to bootstrap yourself to that status. It's just not a standard way to do it, and it has to be a very special structure where you can avoid competitive pressure. Because as soon as there is competition and your competitor can raise more money, then they will overtake you. And we have seen this in various new niches where there was an incumbent with a larger market share, but the market was small, and there was a new entrant that raised more money and ultimately became significantly larger. So in the competitive situation, access to capital is very important. When we see large companies formed that are bootstrapped, usually it's kind of slow growth situation, the market that develops slowly, and then competition does not arise.
Okay, but you had seen probably, unfortunately, many companies fail. And what's like the most common reason for failure from your point of view and from your experience?
I think that there's usually diverse reasons for failure, and it depends on the stage of the company, but it's often leadership issues or competitive response issues, supplier issues. There's all kinds of all kinds of reasons why startups fail. I think what's more important is, as we see, what should we be doing? Often there is a desire to to prevent the failing company. And again, it is a slippery slope. If you think, you just need another, 6 months of runway and things will turn around. In our experience, that has been sort of the biggest damage to our value creation. When we think that we know better than the market and then the company can't raise capital, but we will support it for another period and see how they will, hopefully they will turn the corner. That has not been very successful for us, honestly. So it's okay to have a failed company, but it's good to have discipline to not try to salvage that. And it's much better to invest in new opportunities and try to chase new unicorns and new alpha.
Yeah, and I wish you all the luck in this process. And I have maybe the last question. And what do you think of a Clubhouse? Is it a real unicorn? Is it a new era of social networking?
They clearly made a splash. It's I have no visibility into their retention numbers. If they and it's really I'm not really well equipped to evaluate consumer products, so I'm usually data driven on that. I want to see what's the retention rate, what's the daily active to monthly active user is, what's the daily hours spent. If they can maintain the attention of clients, of course it would be huge.
Yeah, wish them all the luck. The reason I'm asking is that one of our business line called VC House, and that's where VCs interact and exchange deals. And this kind of thing I'm proposing for the next couple 10-15 minutes. If you do not mind, maybe someone has questions, you have now opportunity to ask Pavel directly. If you would like to know some insights from Almaz Capital, now it's your turn, dear guests. Please take advantage of this situation. Pavel, are you fine with that?
Yeah, please.
Okay, if somebody has a question, please do this right now before we go on.
Hi, Pavel.
Hey.
Hi. Sorry, my name is Kabir Mohammed from South Africa. Nice to meet you all. Right.
Nice to meet you.
Pavel, my question to you is, you said you missed quite a few unicorns through your search, right? And you said in hindsight, you could have done things differently. What would be the main advice you could give to investors or people looking for these opportunities in terms of adding to their filter or reducing from their filter in order to refine that target?
Thank you for the question. I don't want to give universal advice. I'm not sure what we have experienced at Almaz is universally applicable. Overall, we have invested in 45 companies, and we have, as I said, 4 unicorns. So that's pretty good ratio already, right? I'm not sure you can do much better than that, but we also missed a few companies. So our task is to actually, our understanding is we want to do more deals, preserving the same quality of company selection. And the way we approach this was just basically forcing us to invest into more opportunities. Again, fund size is a limitation, so we will be doing smaller deals, but we try to use the same approach, but do more deals. That should work for us. I think other investors, they should analyze what is the issue. Do they have a funnel that doesn't have enough unicorns? Then it's one thing. How do you expand that funnel? Is the selection off, or is that diversification off? We are lucky because we have over 10 years of data about how we work, so we can analyze that. I'm not sure that's generally applicable to everybody, so it's but also probably after a couple of years you have enough data to go back and to see how many companies you have seen, what happened to them. They probably, you wouldn't have too many unicorns to analyze, but you can look at follow-on rounds. You can see how many companies were valued at 100 million plus, and use that sort of as a proxy for your process and see what you need to adjust. So I think it's a valuable exercise to do.
Okay, thank you so much. That was valuable.
Thank you, Pavel, so much. And we have to go on with our event. It has been a pleasure to talk to you. I wish you many, many more unicorns, and thank you for devoting time to our events. And let's go on, because we have really important things to take care of. And I would like to introduce you to my wonderful colleagues, the head of Unicorn Battles in Asia, Lena, and event manager for the region, Kate. They will lead you through our wonderful pitch contest today. Lena and Kate, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Lena. Hi guys, nice to meet you, and great to have you with us today at final. So here are our Unicorn Battle winners from different countries of the world. They will pitch live twice during the day as the sun goes around our planet. So each founder will have 3 minutes for pitching and 3 minutes for feedback or questions from our judges.
Dear starters, please turn on your video and name a country you are from before pitch. We also recommend not to mention any fundraising out loud, because we are broadcasting all over the world, and some countries may have restrictions in this regard. So
let's start, Kate.
Yeah, let's meet our first participant from Africa. Hospitalia, are you ready?
Yes, sure. Do you hear my voice?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
Share your screen and let's start. And good luck.
Oh, thank you. Give me 1 minute. Do you see my screen?
No.
No.
Okay, sorry. I'm shared it now.
Yes.
No.
Loading.
Yes, now you see my screen, right?
Yes.
So obvious now? Do you see my screen now?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you can start.
Yeah, okay, great. This is Ahmed Abdallah, co-founder and CMO of Hospitalia from Egypt. Let's start briefly about our startup. Everyone knows that MENA healthcare is underserved and patients faces many challenges. Do you know that patients, the average waiting time in clinics, 120 minutes, and the average traveling time is 40 minutes? Is not okay, especially when latest research suggests that 75% of clinic visits are unnecessary, and there is a high risk of infection. Market is massive and continues to grow exponentially. The overall market reached $144 billion by end of 2020. Telemedicine represents $3.5 billion and the home healthcare $20 billion. So meet Hospitalia. Hospitalia is the only platform in MENA region provides holistic outpatient approach. We serve or provide 75% of patient needs through connecting patients with all stakeholders at the comfort at their homes. With the rising demand for Hospitalia services, we conducted 11.8K visits, helping 4.5K patients, generating $267,000 as gross revenue with 20% month-over-month growth. Our business model is commission-based. We take 25% as a commission per service, and we provide a monthly subscription or subscription-based model for corporate as well. In a couple of minutes, through our mobile app available in Google Play and the App Store, we provide seamless experience to requesting our all services. Hospitalia provide integrated loop of care through our follow-up and through patient advisor. We have built strong provider. We have built strong provider network through more than 200 HCPs and more than 10 HCOs have been selected with a specific criteria and qualifications. They can conduct up to 100K visits per year. There are many competitors in market, but none of them have the same diversified services like Hospitalia. Hospitalia provides same doctor follow-up and helping small hospitals and the polyclinics in improving the service in live and home visits through our platform. For finance, we are looking for 12-month financing we'll spend on marketing, technology, and team expansion. We are aspire for more in the near future for developing our life care app and geographical expansion. Very soon, during the upcoming semester, we'll launch in Saudi market. With diversified experience in pharmaceutical industry, in medical operation, and in technology, we are committed to redefine the healthcare services in our region. Hospitalia inspire hope and well-being, not only for patient itself, but also for caregiver. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great pitch. So it's time for questions.
Yeah, sure.
So, dear judges.
Hi, this is Hannah. I just wanted to know, have you got any upcoming 5-year plan strategy for your growth?
Sure. Yeah, sure. For now, we are covering the B2C to provide our services to customer directly. Now, after launching in Saudi market and after recruiting a sales specialist, we are working for B2B to support pharma companies in patient support programs and developing technology tools for patient engagement. And the phase 3 after that, we will work on the medical equipment, e-pharmacy, and so on.
And do you have any plan on B2B2C? Because I assume that is the current market strategy for these startups to build big revenues. You know, B2B2C is like the cross-selling that you do with your B2B partners.
Sorry, the last point, please.
B2B2C. You have any thoughts on that?
We will assess it firstly before launching it, but according to our region and the practice here, from our research and as other startups for the healthcare, it's working. It's different here in region. So we started with B2C and we'll expand to B2B. For the B2C, right. We'll assess it later.
No, it's just a suggestion. Maybe you could check through, even if the other startups are not that. So try and check into B2B2C because the current market trend shows a big revenue hype on that strategy.
Okay,
all right. Sure. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Mohammed, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Mohammed, there are few more competitors you have in Egypt, right? Manzil, Al-Razi, TVM, and quite a few more that you mentioned in your presentation. How are you different than your competition, given that you are charging 25% commission? I mean, how do you place yourself in this very competitive, saturated market in Egypt?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for your question. For sure, this is a many competitors, but none of them, as mentioned in the presentation, that provide the holistic approach outpatient for only home visits. All other competitors,
Manzil and Al-Razi, they are offering it, right?
Yeah, but Manzil and Razi,
TVM is also moving in quite well, right? They are dedicated in-home services.
We're already getting discussion with both Razi and Manzil by name, but it's not tech-based projects.
Okay.
Razi, for example, provides through people's or relatives to provide services to homes. But for Hospitalia, it's tech-based project, and we have 3 main differentiating points. This is the only dedicated platform for home healthcare. Otherwise, other competitors, it's working in another business model, and the quality and the integrated loop of care. We have some follow-up calls and patient advisors. We take it as free for free consultation with patients, and helping as a technology company, we're helping the polyclinics and HCOs. That there is a digital transformation now. So we help those small and medium hospitals to develop and enhance their digital tools to engage with their patients at home or live care virtual.
And do you think your 25% commission is quite competitive, given that others are charging less?
For this point, especially, if we dig deep about the average price and our competitive edge in this price, we have a solid network. As mentioned, is more than 240 HCPs. So we can compromise or we can adjust our price to be competitive versus all competitors now available in Egyptian market so far.
Thank you.
Mohammed.
Welcome.
Time has gone. Thank you. Great pitch.
Thank you.
Our next participant, Pakpobox, Christian. You can start.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Let me share my screen.
Today you present Hong Kong, yes?
Yes.
Great.
I'm an Italian living in Hong Kong.
Oh,
so
great match.
I represent the continent. Okay, can you see my screen?
Full screen, please, and good luck.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Christian Secchi, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Pakpobox. Our software and hardware solutions enable courier to deliver more packages using fewer trucks and empower online merchants to ship more, spending less. And now we're empowering consumers to collect parcel contact-free using just a QR code. In 2019, we've been nominated by Deloitte as one of the top 10 fast technology companies and one of the top 500 fastest growing technology companies in Asia Pacific. In 2020, we booked $6.5 million in revenue, and we achieved positive EBITDA. We are also one of the leading solution provider to 7 post organizations in Asia Pacific, including Hong Kong Post, Australia Post, Singapore Post, and Post Malaysia. But today I'm here to talk about Alfred, our delivery platform. So from the moment I start speaking, more than 100,000 parcels has been shipped in the world. The exponential growth of e-commerce is pushing the logistic and the courier industry and the cities to the limit. And Alfred is our solution, a software that connects courier companies, online merchants, online marketplaces with parcel lockers and retail stores to make deliveries more efficient, more convenient, and more sustainable. How it works, courier company, online shops connect to our platform, and then end user, consumer at checkout, when they shop online, they can select one of the location where to collect their parcel, and then they receive a notification by SMS or QR code, and when the parcel is delivered, they can collect from 24/7 from a locker nearby or from a retail stores. On the left side, you can see some of the parcel lockers that we installed in residential building and shopping malls. And on the right side, you can see some of the pickup points, part of our platform, like Circle K, 7-Eleven, and Photomax. We are reshaping urban commercial transport. With the traditional logistic, you need 17 vans to do 1,000 deliveries. With Alfred, you need just 4 vans to do 1,000 deliveries. And so far, we have integrated more than 20 couriers, including DHL, FedEx, Cainiao, and Skynet. We have signed agreement with more than 60 location partners, including GLL and Savills and Swire Properties. And we are serving more than 300 online shops, including Taobao, ASOS, and we are connecting also to Shopify and WooCommerce. How we make money? So we have 3 revenue streams. Delivery platform, we charge between $1 and $3 per package delivered. When we sell solution, we charge a SaaS and maintenance fee between $50 and $100 per unit per month. And when we sell solution, normally we have average of 30% gross profit margin per contract. This year in 2020, we reached $6.5 million revenue. We had 55% growth, and almost 50% of our revenue are now recurring. In 2021, we are targeting to achieve $14 million revenue. And our goal is really to focus and invest more in the recurring revenue of our business. Why us?
Time has gone.
Yeah, I think as a co-founder team, we have diverse experience in international business, product development, and cross-border logistics. And Jack Ma recently said, we need to build infrastructure to handle 1 billion packages a day. We are building this infrastructure. We want to enable deliveries and returns everywhere, anytime, and for everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Great pitch, Christian.
Thank you.
Very
Christian.
inspirational.
Christian, it's a great pitch. I have a question.
Yes.
So I believe, I think it's great to see that you're building the entire ecosystem of the delivery space. And you have, you mentioned about the locker at a different location and also the van. So I want to understand that, are you investing in all those lockers and delivery van, or do you have a, collaborated with a third-party partners to put those, sort of a, let's say, CapEx investment in the whole ecosystem?
Yeah. So in terms of delivery van, we have our logistic partners. They deliver the parcel to the locker or the retail point. So we don't own any van. In terms of lockers, we are owning some of the locker location in strategic location where we have around 35% ROI per location. And what we are doing, we are connecting also existing locker network to our platform. I give you one example. In Hong Kong, we provide solution for 140 locations to Hong Kong Post, but these 140 locations, they are also under our platform. So we provide solution to them, hardware and software, plus we drive business to their location.
Christian, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Christian, SF Express has 1,800 lockers in Hong Kong. It is much
800.
bigger.
800.
Yeah, it is much bigger and quite with deep pockets. Why do you think customers would come to you when it comes to growth? And the second question I have is with regards to revenues. More than 50% of your revenues came from hardware solutions, right? Instead of the locker pickup and collect side. So how do you justify your business model? Are you trying to grow more towards hardware side? And if you want to grow towards pick and collect, how will you compete with big wigs like SF Express and others?
Perfect. So first question, SF Express, they have 800 locker in Hong Kong, and those locker are exclusive to SF Express parcel, okay? In Hong Kong, in this moment, we have around 250 locker in our platform, and those locker are open to multiple carrier to use. So the difference, they are closed network, we are open network, right? And 11 courier, including DHL, FedEx, Lalamove, Morning Express, they are delivering parcel to the network. So this is the first answer to your question. Second, it's true that 50% of our revenue are coming from hardware. The year before, they were almost 65%, okay? So what we are doing, we are investing in more locker, in more location, more integration to increase our recurring revenue. How we compete with SF? So first of all, why online merchant, they want to connect to our platform is because they want to offer more delivery option and more delivery location to the consumer, right? Because it's true that SF, they have 800 location, but we have more than 500, including pickup point into our location. So they're offering 800 plus 500, 1,300, right? And in terms of pricing, we are still 30% cheaper than SF.
Thank
I
you.
think your last line answers it all. Thank you, Christian. Good luck.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you.
Let's continue, guys. Let's continue in chat. So our next participant from Canada, Toronto, FLITE Material Sciences. Dan.
Hello, good morning and good evening and good afternoon to our participants around the world.
Hi.
Am I coming through clearly, even though it's dark here in Montreal?
No, it's great light around.
Okay. So hello, everyone, and thank you very much for being here today. I'm Dan Cohen, a serial entrepreneur and founder of FLITE Material Sciences based in Montreal, Canada, and Boston, Massachusetts. Now, I'm here to talk about industrial products that we depend on.
I'm
that
sorry,
fail.
Dan, but we don't see your pitch deck.
Oh, let me go back. My apologies. Is that working?
Yeah. Let's start. Good luck.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm here to talk about the industrial products that we depend on that fail when their surfaces fail because of rust or fouling or ice or contamination. And the products from the $100 billion coatings industry still leave us vulnerable to risk and damage and the loss of human life. So we are introducing a completely new treatment for all industrial materials to protect themselves using clean lasers instead of toxic coatings. And we intend to use this technique to protect human life and the environment, as well as improving the lifetime performance of products. Now, the technology took more than 30 years to develop, but we'll try and show it to you in 30 seconds. This is the magnified surface of stainless steel, and you can see that it's rough and random. And when a coating is applied, it eventually fails, which leaves the surface vulnerable. And our patented technique sculpts a new surface texture that gives it a function, like this lotus leaf surface that repels water. And this works on glass or plastic or metal or more. This is what superhydrophobic metal looks like. The effect is durable and permanent. And if water can't stay on the surface, ice doesn't hold there, rust won't form there, and other contaminants simply slide away. So our patented technique has all the benefits of the best protective coatings with none of the downside. Our customers can use the materials they know and trust, but give them new capabilities. And we are 100% green, and our clients are driven by both commercial and environmental benefits. So this leads to a huge catalog of opportunities, and we've already scheduled projects in most of these areas, both in commercial and defense, to prove what we can do, including making any material permanently resistant to COVID-19. Now, this work is based on a collection of published papers and patents and a huge amount of press coverage. We're graduates of helpful acceleration programs in North America and Europe, and we've been recognized in recent startup and innovation competitions for the promise that this technology holds. Our growing team has more than 100 years of experience in early stage science and technology development projects. And across Canada, the US, and Europe, we're now a team of 9 and hope to add 3 more by the end of this quarter, as well as a strong advisory board. So with COVID-19, we were projecting 3 contracts this year, but we're currently planning more than 15 and a pipeline of more than 100 to answer. And at this point, our demand far outstrips our capacity. So we have some work to do, and we're still early stage, but every product we run is paid by the customer and leads to a license that brings long-term recurring revenue for 5 to 25 years at high margins. And this is by embedding the technology directly into the client's supply chain. So whether it's about protecting life or making resilient products, with your support, we'll expand our mission of making everyday materials extraordinary. And thank you to the Unicorn Cup panelists and judges for your support of the startup and innovation ecosystem around the world.
Okay, thank you so much. Great pitch.
Thank you.
And it's time to ask questions, guys.
Hi, this is Subrata from Bangalore, India. I just wanted to ask you if for marine application, if somebody uses EMI gasket, does it interact with the gasket coating?
I'm sorry, if somebody has a gasket?
Yeah, let's say if I need to apply a gasket, electromagnetic interference gasket, which has got coated particles in it, right? So would that interact with your surface?
Well, it's a very good question, and we are working on a gasket project now, and there are three possibilities. The first possibility is that our texture will create the benefit that will eliminate the need for the coating, which is ideal. In another case, we will actually have to texture the coating itself, which will give the coating better function. And in a third case, well, in a third case, we texture under the coating, but we will either improve the coating's function with less materials or replace it altogether.
Got it. So just to follow on, so is it electrically insulating or conductive?
Well, actually, it depends on the function we create. So if we texture a bare material like a bare metal, because the texture we've created is not a coating, but just the metal itself, we haven't changed the electrical or conductive properties of the material. But if we needed to insulate, we would put a diamond-like coating on there first, which is chemically neutral and insulating, and then texture on top of it.
Got it. Thanks.
In fact, if I can mention, what we've seen is that for things like semiconductor surfaces or heat exchangers, when we texture our surface, the surface is more thermally efficient dramatically than just any surface that's coated or roughened.
So it increases the heat transfer coefficient, or it sort of increases the emission capacity?
It increases the rate of thermal dissipation by 30% compared to a treated material that has the same surface area. So there's something about the ordered patterns that make it more efficient.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
Dan, this is Gaurav. Dan, I have a question. Just about less than a year back, I worked on a ceramic coating project for a refractory in one of the world's largest refineries, okay, for corrosion rust applications. Then how does your product compare with nano coatings that are used largely and targeted for biofouling applications? And now that they are cost efficient, I presume that would be a strong competition given the biofouling properties that they have. Can you throw some light on the nano coatings and other competitors?
It's a very good question. We are tracking the work of about 30 companies who make nano coatings that provide functionality like NeverWet and Aculon. And there are successful companies. That is about a $2 billion a year market, growing much faster than the rest of the paints and coating sector. But where FLITE is appealing, and some of these companies have some less possibility, is if the nano coating is
Voice is gone.
Yeah, I think we lost him. That's okay.
Toxicity that they add or some other complex problem. So when we encounter a customer who's tried this, we don't have much trouble convincing them to try an alternative, whether it's to enhance the coating or replace it. So that's the answer, the best answer we can give.
Don, I have a question.
I'm sorry, Savas, we need to move to other participants.
Thank you all very much.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. So our next, now we are moving from Canada to, some echo, to Europe to listen to pitch of AiSight. Matthias?
Yeah, hello everyone. First of all, thanks a lot for giving me the opportunity to be here. I'm Matthias. We are from Germany actually, and we automate machine diagnostics for manufacturing. 20% of the entire production costs are associated to machine breakdowns and inefficiencies. At my previous job at Porsche, I saw that 1 hour of breakdown could easily cost them $2.9 million US. At AiSight, we solved this issue with our easy-to-use vibration-based sensor kit. You easily plug it onto the machine. It picks up the vibration, temperature, magnetic fields, and feeds it into a machine learning algorithm that is running on the edge on the device. The algorithm identifies the normal state of a machine, abnormal behaviors, and predicts the time to failure of any kind of equipment. And then all of the information are fed back to the operator via our AiSight dashboard. And this way,
oh, I'm sorry.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Should I continue?
Yes.
Okay. And this way, we can optimize maintenance processes and production processes. Compared to our closest competitors, we have double the frequency band and resolution in the sensor, which enables a way deeper analysis of the machine. And it's so easy that we can easily equip an entire factory with more than 100 equipments in less than a day, which is completely unseen in this kind of industry. Also, our customers really love how easy the solution is, which is why we have currently 16 pilots live with 800 sensors installed and a current ARR of 384K. If we equip all the 200 clients in our pipeline, we're going to end up at an ARR of 4.7 million, not even including the rollouts. Our top clients include customers like Miele, BASF, Audi, Henkel, and Fraport, and there are many more great companies in our pipeline. We follow a typical SaaS model where we charge a monthly fee of $25 per sensor per month. If we equip all the 32 billion only rotating equipment, we would end up at a total addressable market of around $9.5 trillion. All of this is only possible with our rockstar team with backgrounds in hardware, software, and sales from the world's best universities like ETH Zurich and UC Berkeley, and from amazing companies like ABB or Porsche. Since we started the company, we have been really, really fast. So we started only 2.5 years ago and immediately got into the HEX Accelerator in Shenzhen in China, where we got selected as 5 out of 1,300 startups. And we installed the first 20 sensors at 2 clients only 4 months after founding the company. In October 2019, we raised our 2.5 million seed round, and at the moment we are on the way to our international growth. Thanks a lot for your attendance and for listening to me. And I'm really looking forward to your questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much for great pitch. Okay, time for questions, guys. Yes, please.
Maybe, Matthias, you will tell us about your plans for this year.
Hi, sorry, Kate.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I was just going to ask something like that. Hi, Matthias. At this point, in terms of your international growth stage, what is your most critical need, or what is your most critical gap that needs to be filled in order for you to bridge over?
Yes, yeah, thanks a lot for the question, Mohammed. At the moment, we are growing in Europe. For example, last week, we just did a large installation at Henkel in Spain. I think for us, all of our production is actually close to Berlin. We decided for the first contract manufacturing to do it close by. I think the biggest challenge will be that as soon as we start going to Asia, that we will also build up production capabilities over there. And so we have to transfer a few things. I think this is one of the biggest challenges we are facing. Otherwise, I think at the moment, since our model is in a way, we work with external partners to do the production. And then basically our customers, it's so easy that customers can install themselves. So they can basically just buy online. We ship the sensors to them and they do the installation themselves. And it's so easy that the entire, let's say, tutorials we are sending them, everything is self-explaining, so they can have like a full predictive maintenance solution without any support, which makes it really, in the end, like more like a software product that we are scaling, or more similar, let's say, to a comparable like B2C product that we are scaling. And this is also, I think, the unique approach about it.
Okay, so you're mentioning production facilities in Asia and things like that. So you would do the technology transfer and continue in a contract style manufacturing with your partner in Asia, or would it be more of a JV type partnership that you're looking for? I mean, I'm just trying to understand your model in terms of the growth.
At the moment, we are working with partners in Germany because we want to make 100% sure that we are very close to the manufacturer, that we don't have any quality issues at the very beginning, because this could actually have a lot of issues for us. But then we are planning to transfer this actually to Asia, because we were at HEX, the accelerator. We have a very good network in Shenzhen and the surrounding state, and we already have very good contacts there to contract manufacturers, and we are already in the, like, let's say in the contracts to set this up. So this will be the next step, to then transfer to Asia, and then we can supply directly from Asia to Asia, and we can, like, from Germany we can supply to the rest, to, let's say, Europe, and then in future also towards the US.
Okay, thank you so much, Matthias.
Thanks, Pavel, for questions. So let's go on. Our next participant from Brazil, Michael.
Hi there.
Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. I disturbed you a little bit earlier than it.
Yeah, I thought I was number 6. I can go now if you want me to.
Yeah. IPification.
I just need a second to set up.
Yeah, it's time for IPification, our startup from home.
Hi, Kate. Can you hear me? I don't mind being 6. Doesn't matter, but anyway, I thought I was the 5th one. Anyway, great to be here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Greetings to everybody here. Let me just share the screen. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, full screen, please, and let's start. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So good afternoon, everybody. Delighted to be here. I'm Stefan. I'm the CEO of IPification, the company that revolutionized the way of how we authenticate our mobile devices. We are all familiar with SMS one-time codes problems. They do not arrive always, they interrupt the user experience, but most importantly, they are insecure because SMS was never intended to be used for this purpose. Good news is that we have already started commercializing the alternative patented solution called IPification, and we started with the healthy revenues last year, but way bigger expansion is expected in the years to come. So what's the magic trick of multiplying our revenues 50 times in such short period of time? First of all, a very solid telecom network footprints that we've established in the last 3.5 years of hard works. There are 26 telecom operators live in 11 markets covering over 350 million subscribers. And that's just the beginning. Secondly, we've established collaboration with already entrenched market players, whether they are in the A2P SMS space, in the payment space, fraud prevention space, cloud platform provisioning, which are using our authentication technology to satisfy their customers' mobile authentication needs. Third and foremost, our telecom-based backbone authentication solution is unique. It currently represents the strongest possession factor verification, and it's the only market solution that is able to verify 3 most important network elements: phone number, SIM card number, and device number in a single click based on the user's IP address. All the other solutions that depends on SMS or header enrichments are unfortunately already deprecated, and as such, they have a shelf life. How it works, you can see on one super app that recently integrated the service, where you can see the user is inputting their phone number and just click verify. No need for SMS, no need for voice calls. Phone number, device, and the SIM card has been verified in the background in less than a second. IPification will become the norm in the digital identity space, which is important not only for us as a company, but for the entire digital ecosystem. As you can see, our efforts have been already recognized by some of the leading awards in the space during last year. We have a highly experienced teams with a background in telecom, cybersecurity, etc., who all share the same vision that next generation mobile authentication must be frictionless, it must be secure, and it must protect the end user's data and privacy. So please join us to make this vision a reality. Thanks a lot for listening.
Thank you,
and welcome for the questions. Thanks.
Who want to be the first?
Sorry, I just need a clarification. Is it a mobile authentication or is it SIM card authentications? Because I think mobile authentication, we can see a lot of multi-factors authentication now available in the market.
It's I mean, as you said, I mean, mobile authentication is a widespread thing. I mean, what we are doing is basically providing the you know, phone number authentication, SIM card authentication, and device authentication through one single API call. Basically, I mean, this is what we are doing based on the IP address in partnership and with a platform deployed on telecom operator side. So it is, I mean, it is a mobile authentication on the possession factor verification related to the SIM card and device information that telecom knows.
If I could ask, what is the biggest challenge that you've faced till now?
The biggest challenge is the fast deployment on the supply side with telecoms. As you know, telecoms are you know, elephants and slow moving giants, and unfortunately still not so much you know, innovation eager companies. So probably that's the biggest challenge, you know, how to scale up much faster. You know, when we look at back, you know, in the little bit more than 2 years, we managed to sign up over 30 telecoms, which for someone in the telecom industry, you know, I know they can say that's super fast, but there's roughly, you know, 1,000 telecom operators out there, and yeah, we want to work with everybody, so basically all the people globally can have the opportunity to verify in a secure and seamless way.
All right, thank you.
Can you talk about your sales model? How do you charge? How much per client? How do you reach to your clients?
Yeah, so our business model is straightforward. So we sit in between the telecoms and the enterprises. So we sell our service to you know, popular chat applications, social networks, banking and fintech are our big clients who are paying for every API call they make. You know, the prices ranges per each country, even on some country level, even per each operator, but it's roughly in the range from 1 cent to, I don't know, in some more developed markets up to 7-8 US cents per every API call. In big portion of the revenue, let's say 40 to 50% we keep as our margin, and the rest we pay out to the operators as their new revenue stream, as we are leveraging their network infrastructure. With a couple of clients, we've established also a model, basically a monthly payment model, where they wanted, for example, to authenticate Pavel's mobile ID unlimited amount of time during 1 month and to pay one price. So you know, just to have a more predictable pricing, and we have this available in, I think, four markets at the moment with the operators. So you have, I don't know, 500,000 subscribers, monthly active subscribers. You will pay, I don't know, 1 or 10 cents, you know, for unlimited per usage per one user. So yeah, these are the two pricing models that.
And how do you reach those clients? Do operators help, or is it direct sales on your side?
It's a mix, right? Like in our agreements, I mean, usually the operators, they expect us to bring the clients. In just several cases, the operators help through their enterprise teams. But our strategy, as you have seen on the slide, we are aware that we don't want to redo the things that the A2P SMS providers or payment providers already done. So we are partnering with, let's say, channel partners, and these guys who already signed up the deals with, you know, Ubers, Facebooks, etc., you know, out of Silicon Valley, out of Asia, and basically just do the technology switch from SMS one-time codes to AiPification, and also enlarge much more use cases who are related to fraud prevention, you know, SIM swap detections, etc., which SMS is not capable to do.
Thank you, Stefan.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
So guys, we have reached the equator of our event, and now let's greet personally our judges who are with us right now. So dear judges, please introduce yourselves and fund you represent very, very shortly, pointing out the industry, check size, state, and geographical locations of startups you invest in. Please, Alexander Soroka, our CEO.
Hello, Lena.
Hello,
everybody.
hello. Welcome.
Glad to meet here so many familiar faces today. Our funds usually invest up to 400K, and we are industry agnostic, and today we are geographically agnostic and prefer to invest and to follow on late seed or round A stages. Thank you, Lena.
Thank you so much, Alexander. Welcome. Who would like to be the next one, guys?
I can go next. So my name's Gary Fowler. It's great to see some familiar faces today. I'm a serial entrepreneur and investor with 17 companies under my belt, including 2 unicorns. Click Software, which is an Israeli company, brought to the US and sold to Salesforce for $1.35 billion. And also I'm the co-founder of Eva.ai. Most recently, I got involved in crypto and blockchain. In fact, partnered with Karim Shroff, if you know his name. He's a $52 billion blockchain crypto guy from Dubai. In fact, today we have the mayor of Miami on my show. So we love AI and quantum. We love investing. We're a pre-Series A investor. We curate company through GSD and help them use Silicon Valley as a port to the rest of the world. So if you got any AI and quantum companies that are interesting, let me know. And again, hi, John and Alexander, et cetera. It's great to see your faces today. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Welcome. Next one.
Hi, Aristos Peters in the UK, in the South. Hi to everyone, good to see you and to take part. I'm involved with a small group of investors in the South Coast of the UK, and we write checks up to several $100,000 with no specific focus.
Thank you so much. Welcome.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Nelly Orlova. I'm the CEO at InMind, which is the largest deal origination platform for venture capital in Europe. I represent a number of venture funds, venture partners from our pipeline who invest in the artificial intelligence and data-related startups in late seed and A stage. And the ticket size is usually 800 to 1.5 million. Then we also invest ourselves via syndicate. We do not have our own VC fund, but for the syndicate deals, we are also looking for AI and ML startups with traction and product market fit. And this medium size for our syndicate deals is usually up to $500,000 for the deal, for the amount of funding round, around 2 to 3 million. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nelly. Welcome.
Thanks.
Would like to be the next one, guys? Yes, please.
Hi. Well, I can. Go. Yeah, it's okay.
Jarmo Haapalainen from Finland, working with SmartUp Capital as a venture partner for Nordics. We have a €150 million fund, ticket size 3 million first round, follow-up 7.5 million, landing basically US startups and scale-ups through New York to US and global markets. At the same time, I'm a startup investor with about 50 companies in my portfolio, helping companies to raise and land to US or even China. Thank you. Nice to meet you all here.
Thank you. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Slava Pedlisny. I'm a managing partner of Network Investments, which is a part of startup network ecosystem. And actually, what we do is we're creating such network of investment professionals and investment banks, so we could exchange investment opportunities and help each other raise capital worldwide. So in such a way, increasing our deal flow substantially. So if anyone interested, get connected. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Slava. Welcome. Yes, please, guys. Would like to be the next one?
I can go next. My name is Shweta Kumar. I'm a CEO and managing partner of Startup Skills 360 based out of Dubai. I set up this company very recently, 3 months ago. Prior to that, I worked for a sovereign fund called Mubadala based out of Abu Dhabi. So I'm like this company, we connected with large network of investors. So when any startup looking to enter into Middle East, we work with typically a growth stage startup, primarily Series A and above. But the region is also has pretty much young startup ecosystem. So we see there's a lot of great early to pre-Series A startup in Middle East. So we work with them as well. So typically, ranging from $100,000 to like a couple of $1 million for those startups in the regions. But anyone who's entering to Middle East, then of course we look to partner with them for helping them raising a Series A and above round.
Thank you so much. Welcome. Great to have you with us today.
I'll go next, guys. And I hope I'm going to start a new trend here. Hi, my name is Peter Honecker. I'm an Arteria Ventures out of Singapore. We invest in early stage deep tech, medtech. We just launched a host of deep tech and medtech in Luxembourg. Our checks very early pre-seed up to the Series A. Good luck to everyone and glad to see you all. And I'm going to tag John. And I'm thinking maybe tagging the next person would be the great thing to do it.
No
John,
one can escape from introduction, right?
Yeah. I got to hear your voice, man.
The me? Peter.
Yes, you are the only John.
Oh, okay.
We know you.
My name is not John. My name is Crazy John.
Sorry, Crazy John.
It's okay. Crazy Peter, thank you. I've been to your country too. So I've been traveling, I travel 11 different startup ecosystems around the world because I was sick of, Silicon Valley, escape from Gary, actually. Gary, are you there? Show me your face. Oh,
I'm
you're
here.
here. Okay, why are you hiding your face?
Today. Hi.
All right, anyways, thank you so much, Anna, Kate, Lena, Julia, and who else? Alex, Pretty, Noemi. So everybody, good to see you. My name is Crazy John Kojo Moriwaka. And Kojiro means happy second son in Japanese. My surname Moriwaka means young forest. So we're living in the innovation forest. Anyways, so I'm a visiting professor of 2 universities. I'm a Forbes columnist and also columnist of Listener Bank. I'm happy to interview all of you. And I want to invite all of you from around the world to Japan. I'm also angel investor in 2 different angel groups, Harvard Business School alumni angels and life science angels in Silicon Valley. I'm an advisor from small startups to large corporations, including investment company as well. So very happy to meet all of you. Thank you so much for your great pitches and best luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love from Japan.
Oh, you got to tag somebody. Pretty, you tag next.
Everyone speaking after Crazy John will sound boring. I'll take my chances. So if I can go. Right. So my name is Mel Rosa. I am the VP Business Development for ISUM. ISUM is the tech transfer company of the Hebrew University in Jerusalem, Israel. We have 3 venture capital funds in healthcare, in agriculture and materials. And we have a portfolio of more than 170 startups that we've incorporated so far. Very glad to be here.
And thank you. Let me take the cue from the lady right there. Hello, namaste. My name is Preeti Chaudhary, and I have logged in from India today. I am the founder of LinkedIn Local India and a regional venture partner for some angels and investment firms looking after their interests based out of central India. Our check sizes are 25K to 150K US dollars, sector agnostic. We look at India primarily, but are now open to collaborations and deals all around the world. I'm also a partner for the Partner Pitch, meaning the Unicorn Pitches contest based out of India. The next one is on March 26th. Please come. For today, glad to be here. Thank you for the kind invitation, Team Startup Network. All the best to everybody pitching, and everybody is a winner. So my warm wishes to all of you that are here, all 10 of you that are here. Thank you very much. Have a very good day.
Thank you, Preeti. Thank you. So guys, who'd like to be the next one? Yes, please.
It's just the tagging, guys, but you don't like it.
Right, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I tag Gary. If you're around, please. You're on next.
If I'm not mistaken, Gary has already introduced himself. So
oh yeah, he has. I'm so sorry. Let me tag Subroto then.
So, okay, let's continue, guys. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, hi, Preeti.
Yes, please.
Yeah, hi, Lena. Good afternoon from India. This is Subrata Patra, venture partner with our ventures. We typically invest up to $10 million into early stage startups. Geographically, we are primarily focused on India, open to other territories and geographies as well. I personally take care of deep tech investment and happy to be on the. Thank you very much. Happy to see everyone.
Thank you, Subrata. Welcome. Okay. Okay. So, Kate, let's continue, please.
Thank you. So, Michael, now the stage is absolutely yours.
Great. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. Great. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Michael Caps, calling in from Sao Paulo, Brazil. I'm the founder of Vitalk. You know, mental health disorders in Brazil, Latin America, really have become an epidemic. It's only gotten worse because of COVID. And they say that about 20% of the Brazilian population has some sort of a problem. I mean, it could be a colleague at work that is suffering from anxiety. It could be your daughter suffering from depression. The problem is that therapy is for the rich, right? Sort of a month of therapy is almost a third of minimum wage. So just not viable. But why is that? It's because therapy is really inefficient, right? Many therapists are still using paper and pen. They're not relying on data, and they can only really see one patient at a time. So what Vitalk tries to do is we apply AI and automation to try to make therapy a lot more efficient, try to lower that cost. So how does it work? Chatbots basically are used to automate every stage of the therapeutic process, from pre-diagnosis all the way to matching you with the right therapist, which is going to work for that specific patient. The therapist has exercises that they can prescribe for the patient to do on their own time. And then the therapist also has access to all the data, including your symptoms as a patient as you evolve. Now, what's the result of this? The therapist can then, instead of making decisions based on just their own experience, they're actually making clinical decisions based on the experience of thousands of other therapists and thousands of other patients to make sure you have the right treatment for the patient. So as a result, we've decreased the amount of time that a therapist spends per patient from 1 hour to just 15 minutes per week. As a result, the same therapist can treat 4 patients in the same time that they were treating 1 patient. This has been reflected in a decrease in price of nearly 5 times. So we've successfully lowered the cost of therapy. But patients love the digital experience. They spend on average 3 hours on our app every single month. And the retention rate is very high, 70% in the first month, which is higher than traditional therapy and other digital health apps. We also published a study which shows that just using our therapeutic system, this digital hybrid solution, reduces symptoms significantly. It's on par with traditional therapy. And the interesting thing is, the more patients that we have, our bots and algorithms improve. The therapists, they actually become more effective as a result. That improves the margin and lowers the price even further. So our app gets better over time. We currently have also partnerships with different public sector organizations to gather more exclusive access to data to therefore constantly improve our app much faster than our competitors. We offer a end-to-end solution to employers right now, charging a monthly fee per employee per month. These are some of the clients that we've been able to achieve just in the last 12 months, 13 months since we launched. We've grown significantly our MRR with $1 million in US dollars. My name is Michael Capps. I'm a Fortune 440 healthcare entrepreneur. We have a 37-person team, very diverse, and we're very excited to raise this next round of financing and try to make mental health care affordable for everyone. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael, for this dynamic pitch.
Yeah, can we ask questions?
Sure.
Yes, Anna.
Thanks a lot, Michael. The first question, what is the competitive landscape? I didn't see it in your slides.
The competitive landscape you can break down into sort of 3 categories, right? So you have your traditional therapy, right, which is done either in person or via teletherapy. And so there's a lot of players that are in that space because there's no barriers to us setting up a Zoom call and doing it. What's the barrier? The barrier is price. And so we're a third of the price of any traditional therapy because we're combining a digital approach with traditional therapy. So this gives us access to huge populations, not just in Brazil, Latin America, and even developed countries, right? So we've really cracked the way that that people do mental health. There's obviously a lot of other apps as well. You know, probably you guys have apps that help you sleep and things like this, and Headspace and things of that nature. And those are good for more light sort of situations. But when someone is suffering from anxiety, depression, you know, subclinical or clinical situations, you need to have a human there to really help you resolve those issues. You need to use, you know, cognitive behavioral therapy and things like that. So in that sense, even though those apps are cheaper and more widely available, they're not effective for the kind of problems that we see in terms of mental health. And that's sort of how we position ourselves. You know, we're cheaper than traditional therapy, but more effective than just digital apps.
Yeah, but there are also startups that are targeting the same service, meaning providing a kind of telemedicine with the humans on the other side of the phone. So are you considering them as competitors, and did you analyze them?
Yeah, so I think really good benchmarks. For instance, in the US, there's a number of huge unicorns like Omada Health, Livongo, you know, they're trading at 30, 40 times multiple of their revenues. I think those are really great examples that are trying to mix sort of the digital with the human, try to make the humans more effective so you can get more access. There's no players in, first of all, Latin America and a lot of developing countries. And that has to do with a number of different issues. A lot of these issues are, a lot of the kind of services are, they have a big cultural component. You have to build your own internal networks within the country, right? And then also the kinds of approaches that work in the United States don't necessarily work in countries like Brazil, Mexico, even in the Hispanic population in the US or other countries. So we believe that we can be that leading mental health care player for the region, and we're on track to do that.
Okay, I have a question. That is, what is the sample size of the user journey that you have had?
The sample size. So we've had over 250,000 people that have used just the app. And then we've had about 5,000 people that have actually gone through the therapy. Though if we sum up the number of employees in our B2B clients that have access to some kind of our services, that's already closer to 150,000. So
great. And how do you for somebody who hasn't used your app, say blunt market, and how would you attract me towards using your platform when they are already much cheaper? As you said, there are already a few more platforms currently on this, right? On the mental health part of it, giving chatbots and providing over the phone services and all that. So in this crowd, if you would want to attract me, what would be your marketing strategy here?
Well, I actually
not for the B2Bs, like, you know, just a general person.
Well, you know, we're not targeting B2C at the moment because the unit economics aren't that attractive for us. We will eventually get there. But probably the way that we would get to B2C would be at a second stage. So we will actually, now that we have a lot of clinical trials showing that,
you're going the other way around. You're going the B2B first and then to the B2B.
B2B first, build a big enough base, and then get to a certain stage where we have now psychologists and doctors prescribing our app because it's just as effective as another treatment. but it's much cheaper than any other treatment. So once we get a certain critical mass with B2B, we want to go the route of a digital therapeutic. So we want to actually eventually be prescribed by doctors, public health.
What challenges have you faced?
Yeah.
What challenges have you faced?
I think the biggest challenge is there's always a stigma around mental health, which is slowly falling apart as people are starting to face the reality. So that's been difficult to acquire some B2B customers. However, we've been lowering our sales cycle down to about 32 days right now already. We've been acquiring several customers every single week. And so that's been always an issue. But then I think the biggest challenge will be once you acquire a customer, how do you get the employees within that customer to actually use the service? There's still a lot of taboo and stigma, not just in Brazil, but I imagine in other developing and emerging markets. So part of what we've figured out is, yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. Great, thank you so much.
So just let's back to Europe, to Russia. Alexandra from Moscow will present us Motorica startup.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here today. So let me present you Super Motorica and how we are changing the world.
I'm sorry, could you close your presenter mode?
Is it good right now?
No, we still see your.
Close this window. Just no. Full screen, please. Full screen. Yeah, that's okay. Let's start.
It's good?
No.
Okay, no worries. We'll go like that. Yeah. So can you imagine that according to the World Health Organization, there are millions of people that are not wearing prosthetics and have limb differences. And only 80% of them and only 20% of them are wearing the prosthetics. And there are several reasons why. There is a disbelief that technologies can improve their lives for the better. They are unaware of the innovative prosthetics possibilities, and they just don't think that they can access these new technologies. We are doing this, we are helping to solve the problems already for 5 years, combining the new technologies and changing this old school prosthetics market. We are obsessed with our customers, and already we have 700 daily active users in all over 20 countries all over the globe. We combine a big team already, more than 60 person from different fields. There are great engineers from Russia, managers and medical professionals. Can you imagine Agnia? She's 5 years old. She has limb differences since birth, and children are not treating her the same way as her peers. Imagine Mahen, who's 42 years old, and he was living an active life, and one day his life changed when he lost his arm in terrorist attack. To help customers like that, we are developing technological solutions. The prosthetics arms who can solve these problems of such customers, and also bionic arms with EMG sensors, as well as VR training rehabilitation systems. We know how we are different from our competitors. Our main differentiation factor is that the products have great design, are simple to use, and can return normal actions to our customers so that they can return back to their normal lives and to live as normal people. In Europe, we target to achieve $1.2 billion market, and we aim that we can get 20% of that within 3 years in kids prosthetics. We already did a lot to reach that. We took a share of our competitors and already increased it by 30%. And despite the lockdown, last year our revenue increased by $30 million. Here at Startup Unicorn Battle, we are looking for contacts to enhance our global expansion, and we have urgent demand for distributors in India. As well, we are open for investors to increase our global expansion. Thank you, and let's make together prosthetics available to everyone, and we'll be happy to answer your question. I'm Alexandra, I represent a part of a global team, and let me invite also my colleague Evgeny, who will help me with the questions.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So,
Greetings from Russia.
Hi. Nelly, you would go.
Thank you, Alexandra, for your pitch. And can you please elaborate a little bit more on the current traction and certifications which you may need to expand internationally?
That's a nice question for medtech startup. Right now, our traction is, as we mentioned, yes, we installed more than 1,500 units of our devices, and we have more than 700 daily active users. And I suppose, one company in this industry who are measuring daily active users as our North Star metric. We have certificates for European market. It's CE mark for medical device class 1st. And also we have certificates for our production, ISO, and it allows us to go to each market except American market. Yes, in American market we need FDA, but it's more than enough to go to Middle East, to Europe, and other markets.
Thank you. And two questions which rely to your answer. First, you have European certification, but what is the amount or percentage of users from Europe and current clients from Europe do you have right now? And second, you mentioned you want to find partnerships in India. Are you ready from legal perspective to enter it? And did you prepare any localization for Indian market?
Yes, that's a nice question. I want to start with the first about our current traction in European Union. Yes, we have users there, but not so much. Yes, it's less than 10. It's trial installations and trial patients who just, as a customers, order from us this device, and we deliver it and install.
10 users or 10 persons of users from Europe?
10 persons, 10 people.
Okay,
10 people. Yes, not so much, but it's more than enough to trial and to test our product in the market. And question about the India. Yes, we have great traction there. We signed 2 big contracts with a few partners during the lockdown, and we started our expansion, and right now we are trialing our product through different universities in India who are responsible for prosthetic. And also we have coverage approximately 120 prosthetic professionals who are the owners of their clinics. And moreover, we have understanding how to generate leads. We have good digital campaigns in India, and we are looking for someone who will take care about the distribution of the product and custom clearance. Other things we covered by ourselves.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nelly, for your questions.
Hi guys. Great.
Sorry, can I go first? Can I go first, please? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, team. That was an amazing presentation. I just have a quick question. So like when I think of the sort of market opportunity for your product, I know that you're focusing on, let's say, people who have impaired disability or impaired mobility, or are you also looking at, let's say, other demographics, like elderly populations that might have, impaired mobility from chronic diseases? is your, let's say, hardware and software compatible for this future outlook, especially with, let's say, the increasing aging population worldwide?
My brief answer is no. Nowadays, we have a focus only on upper limbs patients because we are not corporates who can divide our efforts, and we are pushing and moving with this niche. But with disrupting of one niche, we of course getting the demand of rehabilitation doctors and patients worldwide to create full ecosystem with a combination of IoT technologies and to measure the rehabilitation process with the rehabilitation devices. And right now we are testing some IoT modules to connect all prostheses, not only from our production, and to verify the source, the resources which insurance companies and other stakeholders invest to the rehabilitation market. So we are trying to verify it here in Russia, and in the future, yes, we will be ready. And right now, no, we do not have such product.
All right, thank you very much.
I actually want to understand that how do you produce this? I think in your presentation you mentioned about like additive production. So do you use 3D printing to produce this prosthetic?
We use different type of production technological lines, I would say like that. Additive technologies help us to make device more personal. Yes, we can make personal device with personal measurements, with personal form of the hand, with the personal color and the favorite superhero of our young patients, you know, in the hand. So it helps us to make it more personal.
Thank you, guys. Great answers. If somebody has any questions, you can ask our team in chat. And we move on to the Israel Proteimax.
Hello.
Rod, are you ready?
Yes,
Hi.
let's do share screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So good day, everyone. My name is Nimrod Elmish, and I'll try to show you in the next 3 minutes 20 years of R&D and few of our amazing discoveries that are being revealed for the first time in this competition. Proteimax is all about peptide innovation. We developed a method of screening and identifying naturally occurring peptides that could bring cure to some of the most pressing problems of humanity. We bring solution to real challenges. We have in our library 54 peptides. We chose to focus on the next 2 years on 3 of them, and I'll show only 2 of them now, because I don't have more time. PEP44 is a peptide that kills any cell that divides fast. It kills any bacteria, fungi, or mold. It does not operate in the body, only in the open air. And we figured out it's the best way to extend shelf lives of fruit and vegetables, as you'll see here on the right on the test we conducted with strawberries. Now I'm going to talk about the real epidemic that runs outside, obesity. People used to be lean with 10% body fat, and today it's no longer rare to find 50% body fat, and obesity is the mother of all illnesses. Actually, our life expectancy is in retreat due to obesity and associated illnesses, and none of the current solution actually works. PEP19 is the solution. It is a natural peptide identified in mammals when exterior temperature dropped below 10% Celsius. It triggers the conversion of fat and sugar into energy to treat obesity and type 2 diabetes. And you can see here the results after 3 days of treatment. The implications on human is 20% loss of body fat. You can see the differences here on the right. There are striking differences after getting micro doses of PEP19, and all metabolic parameters had same results. No overdose, no side effect, no brain effect. I'll try to show you here what's the meaning of first selective peripheral fat loss. PEP19 works in the fat tissue itself. It turns white adipose tissue, which is fat, into brown adipose tissue, which is energy, heat. So the result is a conversion of fat into heat. It also flattened the glucose curve, and you can see here the level of glucose goes down 40% in a 30-minute serum test, and as we predicted, also substantially lower level of fasting insulin, which is also one of the great sources of diseases. PEP19 is a grant patent in USA, Europe, and China, and our patents are wide. They cover every combination of our models. So market opportunities are endless. Almost any food can become a PEP19 food. Easy regulation path, it's a natural molecule, and low production cost. So when we say we have a real solution in the war against obesity and diabetes, we mean we can provide you food that actually doesn't make you fat. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll just remind you that PEP19 and 44 are the tip of an iceberg. We have 54 more peptides. Each can become a unicorn. Each has the ability to create a better and healthier life. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nimrod.
Questions, please.
Sure.
Yes, please. Yeah, it's time for questions, guys.
Nelly, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It indeed sounds super interesting. And like, if it is at least a big part of what you say is true about technology, it will be maybe a kind of golden mine. But if I understand correctly, you did the preclinical trials on animals. On what stage are you now in?
Good. We took two of the peptide that goes first to food and beverage industries. They can go straight to pharma, but the shorter path is to food and beverage industry. And since they are a natural peptide that are existing in the human body in fruits like in papaya, the path of FDA food approval is very short. It's 6 to 8 months. So actually, after we conducted all the tests for preclinical trials, safety, Helsinki, toxicity, we have to conduct them now again according to GLP guidelines of the FDA in order to get the approval of FDA, and it's about 8 months, and it's also outsourced project. We don't intend to do it ourselves. We have quotes from biggest companies in the world to do it.
Do you raise money here, or do you look for partnerships, or what?
Well, we are a young company, a year and a half. We just registered, and we work so far with no investment, with our resources. And yes, we will need to find partners in order to move to the next steps, absolutely.
Do you have idea of what kind of funding you are looking for?
Well, I can, but I think it's better if we go to private discussion, as we were asked not to discuss this in the question session. Sorry, I apologize.
No problems. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, guys?
Lena, I have a question. It's Lisa.
Yes,
but I will be happy to discuss it. It's not that we don't have answers to that.
Lisa, yes, please. The stage is yours.
Yeah. Hi, I'm not on video today because I'm unwell, but I didn't want to miss this. Nimrod, congratulations, great presentation. I have a question in relation to the market traction on the two kind of unicorns that you mentioned that are your kind of lead market entrants. What kind of traction have you had with the food companies on getting that into market?
Perfect question. We touched most of them. We touched the two big ones, the blue and the red, that gives us the beverage with the sugar. We talked with Givaudan, who works with food additives, and with Nestle. The major entities are waiting for the food additive approval, and then probably we will have a lot of contracts. We're already in contact with their units, with the relevant ones, but they need us to have the food additive approval in order to move forward. And then our model will be licensing and royalties. We don't intend to produce nothing ourselves or to market it. We are a small technology company that will develop more and more peptides from our library, license the technology, and create a huge, as we think, a business and a profitable model.
Fantastic. Thanks. Thanks so much.
Sorry, so how long is it going to take you to get it?
8 months after the funding we're looking for. That's it. And it's outsourced.
Do you need to seek the approval every time you introduce a new peptide?
No, just the approval as our material, as the natural peptide to go through the safety and toxicity, and that's it. We don't even have to base a claim, even though we will. We don't even have to base that in order to penetrate the market.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Nimrod. Great.
Thank you very much.
As always. Startup number 9, due to the technical problems, will not join us at this session. It will be present his pitch deck at the evening. So do not miss our second session. And we switch to the last startup for now, number 10. YourAnastomosis. I'm sorry if
it's hard to pronounce it.
Please introduce yourself and your startup and start.
Yes, thank you. Just a second. Okay, great. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Great. Hi, everyone. I'm Noemi from Hungary. And okay, sorry, it happened again. My screen just stopped. Yes, it happens. So I'm sorry, I need to start again.
Sure.
Just a minute. Yes, so let me introduce my grandmother. She survived an open heart bypass surgery. And I feel lucky because she is 85 years old and 10 years after her surgery, she is still healthy. And what do you think was the likelihood of the negative outcomes after these kinds of surgeries? It's 40%. The cardiovascular diseases are one of the most common diseases all around the world, and consequently the number of the related surgeries is extremely high. There are about 2 million cardiovascular surgeries annually, and an upward trend is expected in the next years. Therefore, any improvement in the quality of the surgical interventions will be even more valuable. But this average failure rate is extremely high, and it can be even higher now due to the current pandemic situation and due to the cancelled practical trainings. So the reason for this problem that the surgeons currently practice without objectively measured data on their surgical performance, and all they do is visually inspect the surgeries performed, and they learn in the same way as it has been for hundreds of years. Yes, it really doesn't sound good, and I think nobody wants that, for example, her or his grandma would be operated in this way. So therefore, at YourAnastomosis, our vision is to take the surgical education to the next level. And this is what we do exactly right now, because we provide surgical skill training kits, which allow effective skill acquirement, and it also contains a lifelike surgical simulator. And these kits are the combination of a hardware and a software, because it also allows the blood flow measurement on the vascular surgical procedures. And based, as for example, we did here with this winning analysis picture. And based on this measured data, we can provide feedback for the surgeons on how they can improve their own surgical skill. And this is one of the most important, because these feedbacks can decrease the failure rate. So my name is Noemi. I'm the business development manager at YourAnastomosis, and our team makes this vision possible. And we just closed the Series A funding, so our focus is on executing our expansion plan, which is reforming the surgical education worldwide. And we already have entered the surgical simulation market, of course, previously with person trainings. And now, due to the pandemic situation, we provide online practical courses. And here we are ready to provide these surgical trainings worldwide. Therefore, we ask you to help us to accelerate these skill trainings to empower surgeons to save the patients' lives. And as an offer regarding to the COVID situation, we provide skill training opportunity with free kit trial and also access to an online platform where the personalized suggestions for the improvement are provided. So we can have more healthy patient and grandma around.
Thank you, Noemi. Great pitch. Dear judges. If you have some brilliant questions, do not leave it for the end, because it's our last participant.
Kate, it's Lisa. I have a question.
Yeah, Lisa.
I'm just interested to understand what is your ideal target market for international expansion? Where to first and why?
Mm-hmm. We have different target markets. At first, of course, we would like to be in the curriculum in the residency training. It's already in process here in Hungary. We provide these courses for the residencies, medical students. And our target markets also the hospitals, because we provide the accredited courses for the surgeons. So it's part of the CME education, and they can collect the credits by our courses.
And have you considered collaborations with players like Elsevier or the British Medical Journal in order to execute faster?
Not yet like this, but we already provided these courses here in Hungary, focusing on Europe and Germany, and already in the USA.
Okay, and can a channel partner distribute your course, or it has to be delivered direct?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the beginning of the question. I couldn't hear you.
Can a channel partner distribute your course, or it has to be delivered direct?
Yes, we already have some distribution partner from Japan to the USA, but of course our goal is to move constantly forward, so we are looking for new distribution partners.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, you are welcome.
I do have a question as well, sorry. Köszönöm szépen, jó napot. Can you talk more about your business model and your traction?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen enough.
Yes, the business model, it's based on 2 points. The first is there is a subscription-based business model, mostly for institutional users, so for hospitals and for CME courses. And there is also one for individual use. So surgeons can order these kits and they can attend anywhere, anytime the courses. And there is also one business model, 1 point in the business model, is that we provide benchmarking tool for medtech companies. And it means that based on this measured data as a personalized service, we can provide competitive analysis, for example, like an effectiveness study for medtech companies.
How many languages do you support currently?
Languages?
Yeah.
Currently English, and the practical courses in Germany, of course, we provide it in German.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for the Hungarian words.
Anytime.
Any other questions? Okay. If nobody has questions.
Thank you.
Yes, I guess that is it, girls, right? Dear startups, congratulations, you passed the first test. And in 5 hours, 6 hours, there'll be a second test with the judges when they wake up at the other part of the world. And it will be really interesting because we will have many more judges from Europe, United States, Canada, Latin America joining us, and they have a little bit different perspective of you. And so, dear judges, please do not forget to vote. Our startups really rely on your voting. You can always come back and change your mark during the day, but please put your votes for our startups. And we will have a little networking session right now. Can I have a poll published? Because I read statistics at CBH Insights that startups fail due to, as Pavel today said, to many ways, but one of the most important is the lack of funds. So please help us all to understand, what do you think the most primary funding will come from, which source in 2021? You can choose as many answers as you think appropriate and push the submit button. We will know who will be the winner of our today's World Finals at the end of our event, which will be in 8 hours, I hope. And right now, please finish submitting questions to the poll, and we will continue to our little networking session for a couple of minutes, and then we will have a break until the next part of our event. Okay. Thank you all. Can I have the poll results published? So you think it's VC funds and angel investors. Thank you a lot for this. And then goes government support and family and friends, and then grants, then goes other, which is really, really interesting. That's what I would like to talk, because I looked at the statistics published by Entrepreneur Journal, and it says that out of 300 billion funds received by startups in 2020, almost 200 billion were funds from family and friends. So the most of the cash comes from people who are biased and not from VCs and angel investors. But this is really interesting to explore. I'm really glad that we have judges from different parts of the world, and the story in every ecosystem is a little bit different. So I would like to hear what you have to say. Yes, please share your opinion. Peter, what did you choose?
Oh, let me put some different background for you.
Oh, yeah, well, you make me hungry. It's something tasty on your background?
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys are Ukrainian, you should know what it is.
Really? What is this? Borscht?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Anyway, no, I mean, you said 2021, so 2020 is past.
Hopefully.
So, yeah, I think the statistic comes purely from the fact that you have thousands of startups and they all bootstrapped and friends and family, and not everybody makes it to the next round. So if they count in, obviously there's a lot of money there, and that's been sort of lost. Although it depends probably which country and which region of the world you are. There's definitely increased interest from governments to provide the funding. So yes, you have an angels, you have a VCs. I think it's kind of going to even up depending what region of the world you are. So again, it really depends who you count in. I personally voted for VCs and government, but let's somebody else have a stab at it.
Okay, thank you. Nelly, you have enormous number of startups that you see every day, and what did you choose as an answer?
I voted for VC funding and friends and family. And well, who could argue? The statistics is a bitch, we all know that, and we don't know how Entrepreneur Journal used it, but it is so obviously that majority of startups, when they start their journey, they get funding from friends, family, and own capital, and then either die in a few months or years or go forward to the VC funding. So I think it's just some kind of obvious life cycle of the startups.
Yeah, thank you. But what is your story? Do you believe in a strong government support for the startups that 2021 will change something? Because I know like their ecosystem exists, like in Singapore, they have really strong government support, like some other countries, but it's not like the European story, really.
Not the European story, you're right, and it's an amazing question. Actually, by coincidence, at the end of last year, we started monitoring and analyzing the EU government funding in order to see what kind of grants they have, etc. They have enormous money dedicated for startups and for VCs. European Fund of Funds also invests actively in the new VCs in the region, and we are still waiting them to release open calls for Horizon 2027. Yeah, so from one side, we are monitoring this activity, and we are planning also to release some public reports and articles about that to help startups to understand how can they apply, etc. And we would love to collaborate with you guys in order to analyze and clarify this content. But at the same time, what I observe in EU regulation, government funding is not really game-changing because there are a lot of difficulties in the local regulation side. I mean, countries like Switzerland or Western Europe, they try to be startup friendly. They have these startup visa regimes, tax holidays, etc., etc. But so-called all Europe, like Spain, Italy, France, oh my God, that's a mess what is going on there from regulatory perspective, and it's typically unfriendly for many, many startups. I mean, if have to, if investors, foreign investors have to obtain some tax numbers before investing in the local startup, that's not really good. So I think that the problem in Europe exists in a deeper level than just the lack of government funding. But there are a lot of grants, really a lot of. They are not efficient. That's the problem.
Peter?
Let me just say, Nelly, so yes, but it's country specific. You might be EU, but every country runs their own. So I know the Dutch are running away. France is pulling everybody out. British are putting a whole lot of money because of Brexit. They just want to keep it because everybody's fleeing. We just been on the call with the Italian government. They were very interested in the startups. So there's money. I know Kazakhstan has a lot of money as well. They want to support. So, I mean, it really depends on the country.
Yeah, I agree with you. And as I said, there is a lot of money on the market, a lot. But the question is if they solve the problem and the task actually to flourish the startup ecosystem in the region or not. In UK, I guess, yes. We know that London startup ecosystem and UK in general is very, very strong. And even despite the Brexit, I think that it will be developed further. But in some other countries, the problem remains.
Yeah. And also, Anna, I think it depends on the focus. So a lot of countries now focus on sustainability and the food supply chain. I know there's a big in Singapore, big in Italy. I know Germany has a huge fund for quantum computing, for example. So it really depends what the focus is. Green energy, I guess. Yeah, export grants. I mean, you name it. So it really want to be granular. I mean, there's definitely money to be sourced from. Yeah.
Yeah, let's hope that 2021 will be we will have a new trend. Yeah, it will become more and more popular to support startups, because I think startups are really helping us in many ways to really live in 21st century and solve all our problems more efficiently than ordinary corporations and businesses do. And I hope our events are helping the most extraordinary ones to succeed. And we are really looking forward to our next session, which I told you will be in 6 hours, and we will have a short break. Thank you all, everyone, for coming. Please join us in 6 hours to know who the winner is. It will be a blast, as always. And
Anna,
yes,
sorry,
yes.
I just wanted to contribute something to what Peter was saying and
Yeah,
the
please.
conversation about where the money comes from and where how the impact will be seen. So I think another point is also stage of development, because as you rightly said, statistics have proven that majority of the funding have come from family and friends. So even though that doesn't take the startup to revenue stage or whatever the case may be, the reality is that the majority of the money came from family and friends. So that would be the expectation based on historical statistics. However, I think the question, maybe if it's framed slightly differently, is if that balance is tipped and government comes to the table and VCs come to the table maybe at earlier stages, so that's your angel investors, right? So an increase in angel investment that may provide a better curve for startups to succeed. So that's my input.
Yeah, probably it would be interesting to explore how many startups have succeeded without the support of VCs or something like that. Yeah, of course, like when you reach like mega rounds, you cannot do with your family and friends money much, but who knows, right? It would be a really interesting survey to make. Probably we'll get to that also. And see you all guys in 6 hours, because our startups are waiting for you to vote who will be the winners. And I'm really looking forward to your pitching again. And thank you, judges. If you have.
Thank you very much for organizing this event. And I just want to underline that I see in the progress how your events improve from one to another, making it better and better and better. You do an amazing job in the Unicorn Cup team. So thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. I have the best girls ever and many more events to come. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Bye bye, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Stay with us.
Bye.
Can I have video, please?
you.